Hi, I'm Jen Long, Creative Director at Sizzix, and I'm here to share a sneak peek of our 3D embossing folder bundle that'll air on HSN on May 2nd. Our three-dimensional embossing folders will reach a new level of detail and intricacy, and you can tell there are different colors, so you can tell the difference between our 2D embossing folders. There are a couple special techniques when using 3D embossing that we're going to demo through now. When I'm embossing a sheet of cardstock, I really find spritzing the piece of paper with a little bit of water helps loosen up the paper fibers. Then you just insert this into your 3D embossing folder, and I'm going to use tab 1 on my multi-purpose platform, which is for embossing, but I'm only going to use one cutting pad. These folders are a little bit thicker and only require one cutting pad for your Sizzix sandwich. Then we're going to roll this on through the Big Shot machine. And when working with three-dimensional embossing folders, I do recommend rolling both directions just so you cover the full dimension of embossing that is included in the folder. When we remove this, you can see how beautifully that all-over flower pattern embossed on that piece of paper. This lends itself great to work with inks. So I'm going to jump over here and show you just a few inking techniques that you can do with your embossed piece of paper. You can kind of just ink all above the raised edges, giving yourself even more separation between what's embossed and what's left flat. And I'm going to transition my pink and I'm going to go into this lavender. And I'm going to start at the bottom this time, and I'm going to hit all my raised edges. And then I'm going to fade it right into that pink. Look how pretty that looks. That would make a beautiful card front. Now let's take a look at another Sizzix accessory that works great with 3D embossing folders. These are embossing diffusers. These are a piece of plastic that take the place of one of your cutting pads, but you can see that there's a void in the plastic that prevents the embossed design from going onto your paper. So let's take a look at how that works. We're going to take our 3D embossing folder. I'm going to take a piece of paper and again lightly spritz it with water to help loosen up those paper fibers. I'm going to insert that into my folder, and instead of a cutting pad on top, I'm going to use my embossing diffuser on top. And you can see that in this circle void, this pattern is not going to emboss on that area. I'm going to go ahead and roll that through my Big Shot machine. And when we remove it, well, the paper still has a little bit of water spritz on it. You can see that the embossed center is voided, so you'd have a perfect place to put a sentiment or stamp a message. Let's take a look at some more examples. This is used in the reverse of what we just did, where you used your centerpiece and actually emboss in the middle and leave a void around your edges. You can take a look at all the different embossing folder patterns we have and how the embossing diffusers really give you a great chance to have a message in the middle. Here's that pineapple where we just used the centerpiece. Another void in our woven folder. How pretty is that? The circle of the botanical folder. And finally, our botanical with a void in the middle with the ink. So this has been a sneak peek of our 3D embossing folder bundle and how well they work with embossing diffusers, all being featured on HSN on May 2nd. Hope to see you there.